What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Hope you had a good day. Pretty wild. I don't really have... Actually, let me just start deleting, I guess, a bunch of crap. So, for people that don't know, I was basically sick all of last week. I didn't trade. Well, actually, that's not true completely, but partially. Sorry. I still have a crazy cough, so I apologize. You guys will be hearing that. Let's see. So basically, I took one trade on futures like Thursday night, Friday morning, and that's it. And I didn't trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Anyway, just like super sick in bed, dying, still not 100%. My voice is pretty jacked, but I wanted to, go live. But just a heads up, I'm going to be coughing a lot. I apologize, everybody. Every time I get sick, afterwards, I have like a good couple of weeks where I just have this persistent, annoying dry cough. And it's even better like post-COVID, because now every time you cough, everybody looks at you like you're going to give them HIV or something. It's really cool. It's particularly funny. There's a lady whose kid trains with my son at the gym, and I'm guessing she's like a major germaphobe, because she's always telling kids to like gel and wash their hands or whatever, and if a kid has the sniffles, she looks at them like they have gonorrhea syphilis. And then it's always the same conversation. Like, she'll kind of like say something, and then the parent will be like, they have allergies. Oh, okay. I should start by saying I don't have any option setups if you guys are here for that. I'm going to get rid of these monthly SIGs because they're just so far out of the spectrum right now. Anytime I can clean up some lines, I'm happy to. Is that it? Are we clean? Anyway, super missed you guys. Sorry. I'm like also super bummed. Like, I feel like I was unable to trade probably like the most exciting week in a while, and I was also unable to really guide you guys during the most exciting week in a while. I know I did call out some stuff in Keenan's Discord, just in chat, like, oh, this is a short or whatever. But I wasn't able to do like the full on, charting and everything else. I didn't even turn on my computer for a good 4 days. But all of our levels hit. So let's zoom out. Actually, before we zoom out, let's just do our daily levels, weekly levels, TPO, and we'll talk about this. Everybody should really understand what happened here, and if you don't, hopefully you understand it by the end of today's video. So, sorry, I'm kind of feeling like out of it, guys. I haven't charted in a while. And by a while, I mean like a week, but yeah. I actually also don't feel like there's too much of a point in even charting right now. But we can definitely give you guidance on what we think is going to happen. I don't know why I'm referring to myself as we, but yeah. Oh, I just did that on 10 minutes. Awesome. Yeah, we're starting off with a bang here. Anybody that's already charted's like, dude, my levels don't match. Sorry, my mistake. Oh, and just to clarify for you guys, whenever this happens, like I cough really bad at night and then I can't sleep. And so that's why I'm like out of it. Like right now, I realized I had my air conditioner running and I have like all the windows open in my house. Winning at life. All right. Excuse me. Wow. Wild. It's kind of funny. I looked at this stuff. Meaning, like, I looked at the daily candle really quick. I don't know why I'm super surprised that we have such large single prints at the bottom and the top, but I guess when I looked at the daily candle, I wasn't really thinking yet, if that makes sense. But looking at the daily candle, which we'll do in a minute here, we have a major indecision, right? So we have excess below and above, which just basically means they're very undecided on what they want to do. I'm pretty decided on what I think they're going to do. Today was a massive overreaction, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. But I also caught the bounce. Unfortunately, I didn't get as much of it as I wanted. I entered long, and I have like an automatic bracket order that goes in on whatever I trade. And so I had like a 10-point stop loss on ES, and I had a 20-point take profit on ES. And I always adjust my stop loss first. And so I adjusted my stop loss, and I went to go and grab my take profit to move it up higher. And before I could move it, it got hit. Like literally as I was clicking to grab it, price flew through it. So I only caught 20 points of this 200-point move, even though, well, I'm saying 20 points of 200 points on ES. And like, I won't take credit for this, but Shorty knew we were going to get 200 points. And so he was calling it out live as it was happening when we hit here, which makes sense. It's our 2024 value area low. Oh, shoot. I screwed this up. Excuse me. Alrighty. So there's our levels. Do we know our prices currently? Okay. Is this true for ES too? This is a short. If they break back below that 5161.25, it might be a peak above and fail. If it's not, don't short it. But actually, realistically, right now, I'd want to see them lose the previous day value area low and then go. Basically, they kind of need to lose here before you can get excited. Right. So, let me hide some stuff. Excuse me. Oh, I drew some stuff because I was teaching. Oh, no, I didn't draw that. I was teaching a friend of mine last night. So this we were watching for a while, since like, I don't know, the 11th of March or something like that. Saw the bear flag forming. One of the things that we talked about, I think it was on Thursday here of a couple weeks ago. This was a major indecision candle, and I was saying there was a pretty good chance that we might bounce and go back up to the top to 576.98, and if we do, that would be an excellent level to get in short or get in puts. But the next day we lost the bear flag, came back and kind of retested it 3 days later, and then from there it was just selling. It took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll say 5.5 days to hit our first target on the bear flag, which is trying to be as fair as possible here, like a 32-point move, 32.5-point move. So this was our first profit target on this drop, and then our second profit target was 480.65, the 2024 value area low, right? For people that watch my videos, that tune in, frequently or whatever, or even for people that have been trading for a while, that pay attention, there's this crazy phenomenon that happens, and it's not really any mistake at all, because my mentor kind of teaches it, and he's a market maker. We have a tendency to get news at like really key levels, right? And today there was no news per se, so they created fake news basically right at the 2024 value area low. If you're not familiar, basically CNBC, oh, that's not what I was looking for. Sorry, bear with me really quick. Okay, here we go. So CNBC, I guess, got some inside information that Trump was going to pause tariffs, and they basically decided to go ahead and to do like a whatever live news coverage on it, right? And the White House later told them it was fake news. And then once again we started selling off, right? But that fake news caused like a 200-point rally on ES. Excuse me. I hate to keep going back to ES, but SPY and ES move in parallel. And if we look at ES, the news actually came in. So basically, overnight session, we bounced off the 2024 value area low. No surprise. Bounced again, no surprise. Bounced again, no surprise. I knew this was going to be a big, hard level to get through. Bounced again, bounced again. This was our news, and they just rock it, right? So in almost to a T, we tapped the 2024 value area low. Fake news came out 10 minutes after the market opened, and ES ran 419 points, which is insane. Almost 10%. Well, let's say almost 9%. Absolutely insane move. Same thing with SPY. Except SPY ran 41 points, or almost 9% as well, same amount. So basically, to me, like, it's no surprise that they try to save the market with some BS fake news at a really key level. You see it frequently. And like I said, the more you trade and the more you pay attention, you'll start to notice these things. Like, you come to a really big key level, and some kind of news will come out. I was about to say BS news, but not necessarily BS, but just some kind of news will come out that just happens to coincide with that level getting tapped. And, it'll cause some major reaction in whatever direction it is. Again, like I said, looking at our daily candle, this is just a big indecision candle where we have a massive wick at the top. We have a decent sized wick at the bottom, right? And people right now are wanting so badly to be bullish, right? Like, that's just what I'm seeing. Like, if you kind of just pay attention, I'm trying to think of the term, but where you like assess the room, right? Obviously, we're not in a room, but if you pay attention to all of the places kind of where retail talks, so like Twitter, Discords, Wall Street Bets, whatever, Reddit, stuff like that, the general consensus amongst retail is that they're ready to start dollar cost averaging in. They're ready to start buying. They're ready to, get shares at cheaper prices. For me, there's a couple of key things happening. For one, our wick at the top is much bigger than our wick at the bottom, right? Another thing, I don't know if people will see the importance of this, but I drew this red box. I don't remember exactly when, but before we tapped it. And, even if you look at this daily candle, that's where we bounced, right? And this green line, I don't even know why I put it there. I was saying it's an SR flip, right? And so that's basically like right where we closed on Friday. And for me, this was a big level. Like, we need to lose this to be able to get down to the 2024 value area low. So for me, the fact that we came down, got fake news, got this massive rally, big selling wick, and we close below this green line, which is like a pretty key support resistance flip, is fairly bearish. If we closed below this red box, I would be even more bearish, right? Right now, futures, they're kind of grinding up, not really doing much of anything, kind of sideways, if we're being, really realistic. Let's see. ES is up. If we go with right now, 41 points, 40 points since the open. But it's nothing crazy, and they're probably going to start selling off from here. Again, for bears, we need to see them break this and make a new lower low. But there's also a good chance they come to here and they bounce, right? And go make a new higher high. But for me...
Hey, Drew, I have a question.
Yep, go ahead.
So I'm having a hard time getting my yearly value area lows and like those numbers. Can you just go through the steps again of getting that on your chart?
Yeah, so I don't know if you're referring to SPY or if you're referring to futures.
Um, yeah, well, I'm having a hard time with SPX for whatever reason. Like my value area low is always a lot higher for 2024.
Okay, so SPX, you want to use regular trading hours. You go to the daily chart, and then on your PVP indicator, you go to 12-month. Value area volume 68, row size 100. Under style, check value area high, value area low, POC. And then, like here on SPY, this is high. POC is slightly off. And this is our low, which is also slightly off. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. If you want to see SPX, excuse me, this is your low. So if your levels don't match that, then probably the thing that you're missing is you have to make sure you have live data. So under your account and billing, you have to be paying for... I'm not sure if SPX is under the CME, but you want the CME group for futures. And again, I'm not sure if SPX is under that or not. And then for stocks, you want the NYSE, NASDAQ bundle. So.
Okay, super helpful. Thanks again.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so like a lot of people don't realize not having the subscription can cause your levels to be off. Okay. So yeah, basically what I was saying, closing below, like inside this red box, but below this green line, which is kind of our SR flip, pretty good chance that we go lower. Right now, after hours, they've regained this, so they're above it. So there's a chance we go higher. Again, we have indecision above and below. I guess the big key for me is I feel like today was a massive overreaction. especially to fake news. There's, for SPY, basically we lose. It probably just safe to say like $4.99 and 90 cents or something, $4.99.60 ish. If we lose that, we're back bearish. If we're above this 504, it's going to be more bullish, right? But also kind of to a degree, because those are the levels where we're going to be looking for reversals. Yeah, so futures are trying to sell off. Let's take a look and see what news we have tomorrow. Sorry. Before open, IVPMI, which will affect futures. And then our big news events are after the market close. Sorry, 1 second. I should say also, like, pretty much every stock that I looked at today has... Did I chart on extended trading hours, or am I just losing my mind? All right, I'm good. Shoot, what was I just saying? Oh, so like, I looked over a bunch of stocks to see if I found any decent option setups, and like everything is saying selling off from here. But like, and we did sell off already, right? So I couldn't really give plays based on this, but based on what everything's like, based on Elliot waves, if we're selling from here, we would need to go and make a new lower low. Sorry, this might be my wife. It's not. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, guys. All right. Again, so like, basically everything is saying, sorry, sell off from here. And if Elliott waves are correct, from there, they would come up. This is the fourth wave to the fifth wave. And so from there, you'd want them to do something like this and then break this. And then it resets to the first wave to the second wave. So the 4 to the 5 wave is generally like the cleanest, fastest move. But right now, everything is pointing, basically like every single chart has this exact, like massive wick down from the top. Like pretty much anything that you look at has that. Oops. And so, again, everything that I was looking at is pointing down, making me feel bearish. Like this, from here, they're saying, again, that we're going to break this low and complete the Elliott wave pattern. Of course, this is not 100%. Wow, what's this level I drew? That worked out really nice. Fuck, I'm amazing. You know that? I don't even remember when I charted this, but that's hilarious. I'm like, they're holding on for dear life here. Lose this. This is next. God, I give you guys way too much for free. I'm sorry. Dude, don't be saying that, Big P. My wife might hear you. Oh, and I should add something. Probably the best way to explain this is to just show you. So I got an invitation to like YouTube membership boot camp. And they, as part of one of the things, wait, where is it? I don't even know if I should be showing this, but whatever. Boot camp prize program. One exclusive YouTube swag and the chance to be featured on YouTube social. I'm launching an incentive program. Task: post 2 member-only videos, early access counts during the course of boot camp. And basically, you get the swag 100% if you do that. And then there's a chance of getting a YouTube social feature, which I could give 2 shits about. But if YouTube's going to send me free stuff for making 2 member videos, I'm going to be making 2 member videos, member-only videos. So if you see that and you're like, oh shit, like, what is Rocket's, sharing? I got to join as a member to see this, blah, 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 blah. It's just going to be some BS video. So I get the free YouTube swag. So there's nothing that you need to pay for. I'm not hiding trades from you guys. Like, I'm not trying to get a bunch of people to join. Obviously, that's what YouTube is trying to accomplish, is to try to get like membership viewers, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But what Drew is trying to accomplish is the free YouTube swag. So if you see me post 2 members only videos, it could be me like playing a fiddle, or it'll probably be my kids, playing guitar or something. But it's nothing that you need. Like, you're not going to be missing on a trade or anything. Okay. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that, so you don't think I'm like ditching the giving it all away for free idea. And now I'm trying to get you guys to sign up as members so that you can, of course, there's always feet picks, Big P. Anytime you pay for a membership, it's like, that's a given. You're getting feet picks. But so yeah, that's just a heads up. That's what it's going to be. Excuse me. So again, everything I'm seeing, we could literally go either direction from here. We could go up, we could go down. And like I've already kind of pointed out, futures are kind of trying to grind up, but it's very early. Overall, based on what I'm seeing, I'm leaning more bearish. But yeah, I don't think we're done yet. I would like to see a cleaner tap of the 2024 value area low. We'll probably get another massive bounce. I would like to see it broken, retested, and then you're going to be in puts again. And let's get ready for this. When it happens, when? So if we lose the 2024 value area low, and it's not like some major, like insane red candle where we're just slicing like crazy, I would expect a bounce in this range, like 478. And when I say that, I'm talking this, our retest, and then go. Okay. So that's like the first level you're going to want to watch for. Again, if we have some falling knife, like obviously we're not going to get a bounce there. From there, like my first target would be here. And these are going to be shorter term. And then from there, I would be watching this right here. Okay. I guess I shouldn't ignore this. Be aware of this because it's like this is a strong low, so they might bounce before that. Lose that, we're coming to here. This is a poor low, so pretty good chance that they'll lose that if we come there. Once that happens, I will be watching for this here. But as this is happening, we'll get more into it, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys my thought process. And then my ultimate thought process is right around here. Just trying to see if I'm covering enough area. Yeah, something like this. Basically, lose this, we're coming here. Of course, there's going to be some bounces along the way, but I'll sing hallelujahs and praise Jesus when we tap this. I need to be clear when I say stuff like that. This is not good for us as, you know, like short term. This is really bad. So I'm not happy about, like, people are going to be getting laid off. People are going to lose their jobs. Like, people are going to be struggling financially. Things are going to get difficult. You know, like, it's bad. It's not going to be good. So I'm not, like, happy. Again, I want to be really clear about this. I'm not happy that, like, people are going to struggle. People are going to lose jobs. You know, things are going to get really tough financially for a lot of people. What I'm happy about is this is just long overdue. Like, the market's been on an insane tear. Interest rates are through the roof. You know, like, housing prices are through the roof. And again, I'm a homeowner, so, like, I don't really care. I have locked in, you know, 2.15 30-year fixed rate loan. Like, I'm good. I'm not trying to refinance. I'm not trying to buy a new house. I don't need prices lower. Technically, my house being worth more is, like, good, other than, like, the, you know, your property taxes. So, like, I have nothing to gain from any of this, but, like, things are just so outrageous right now. Housing prices, gas prices, eggs, food, trips to the grocery store, just everything. Interest rates, things are insane. And then, you know, like, our credit card debts are through the roof. Defaults on credit card debts are through the roof. Like, there's just a lot of things that need to be reset. And that's what I'm excited for. It'll be painful for a year or two, but it's going to happen regardless, right? And so might as well embrace it, and hopefully, you know, like, people in the channel are as ready as they can be, have cash on the sidelines, you know, like, ready to dollar cost average in. If we get this, like, this is our chance, our generation's chance to make, you know, like, that crazy money, you know, like, to be getting in at the bottom, to dip by, you know, some good shares, whatever. This is our chance. So again, I just hope people are ready. I see people, like, asking my prediction for tomorrow. I feel like I've already covered it, but I think let's see. Based on what ES is doing right now, I would like to be short or in puts right around here. I'm actually going to go to the top of the range because tomorrow could be pretty wild. But really, probably the single print mid. For calls here. Actually, this is a really strong low. So I'm going to say this. I think this 2024 value area low gives us at least one more bounce. I could be wrong, but what I would like to see, you know, to like confidently say like, oh, the next time we tap it, we're going to break through, is for them to hit it, you know, bounce a little bit, hit it again, bounce a little bit, hit it again, bounce a little bit, hit it again, bounce a little bit, you know, and then do something, whatever it is, and then come back and do what we're looking for. Make sense?
It makes sense.
Awesome. So that's where my mind is at right now. Again, it's really anybody's guess. Today's candle was just super indecisive. Again, it looked like we had more aggressive selling than we did buying, you know, based on the size of the wicks. Closing, you know, within this level is pretty huge for me. What happened to my green line? Or am I just like on a time frame where I can't see it? I guess I accidentally deleted my green line. Or am I looking... Dude, I'm tripping. Oh, well. Now I'm bummed. Anyway, I think it was right about here. We'll just redraw it. Roughly there. You guys should have warned me that I deleted that. No, I'm joking. So anyway, closing inside of this box and specifically below that green line. And again, the selling pressure on the day, the bigger wick at the top versus the bottom, all Elliot waves pointing down, just kind of has me feeling bearish overall. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them push it back up to these levels, and then get a short or get into puts. I would be fairly surprised to see them get to the top here, because again, we have a really strong high, right? So really would most likely be wanting to grab puts if we do this. Okay. And I would probably just close here to be safe. Closing at 507 isn't bad either. You know, like after today, this doesn't look like much, but we're talking 7 points, you know, roughly. Eight and a half points. So, I would be very happy with this on a trade. And then after that, like, you know, you go outside, touch grass. And if they do this, you know, like awesome for the bearish scenario. But we don't have to catch all of it. you know. But worst case, at least trim one here, trim another one here, and close. I would close at the mid, but your call. If they do some of this overnight, you know, like, and we break below this and like retest it, you can be grabbing shorts there, grabbing puts there. If we break below previous day VPOC, you can grab puts there. Okay. If they do this, we can grab calls there. All right. Any questions, anybody? And then while I'm waiting, let me just go through the chat. What's up, Jack? I think I kind of covered it. Like, I'm doing all right. I'm not sick anymore, but still don't have too much of a voice. Still coughing a lot. Got some phlegm I'm coughing up. I think more than anything, like, I need to hit the inhaler, but I don't like using these. I don't like taking medicine very much. So, what's up, Raven? Thank you. What's up, Corey? What's up, Gigi?
Better,
What's up? Hey, what's up, Dirty? I didn't even realize you were in here, bro.
Yeah, so I hope you feel better.
Thank you. Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, I pop in and out.
Not enough.
I will more here in the next week or two.
Dude, my cheeks are spread right now waiting for you to pop in.
Pause.
The hell, bro? It's been too long. Actually, it's funny. Shorty just talked about you, I think, last night.
Oh, yeah? What is
Yeah, somebody brought up, like, some company that makes power inverters or something for solar. And Shorty was like, oh, you should talk to Dirty about it. He knows all about solar stuff. And
either Solar Edge or Enphase.
I have no idea, bro. I just know your name came up, and I got a little chubby, you know, and...
Yeah,
just...
I'm gonna refund a futures account and then my options account, and I'll be back probably like in a couple weeks.
Awesome.
Yep. So you'll see more of me.
Right on. Oh, good to see
I have
you,
to get
bro.
my own trading view tool since I can't share with Shorty anymore.
Why?
I don't know. For some reason, like 2 people had logged in at the same time. I don't know if that's changed, but the last time I tried it, I'll have to see.
That's crazy. That's annoying. I thought the premium allows you to have multiple users. I'm gonna Google
I'll run it
this
by
now.
him again because I'd be sad if I lost all my charting from before.
You can access your TradingView account and charts on up to 5 different devices at the same time.
Huh. I'm gonna get it. I'll get the passwords then.
So you call those motherfuckers. I'm joking.
I'll just call Shorty.
Yeah. What's up, Robert? Thank you. What's up, Triple G? What's up, David Ryan? What's up, Runts? What's up, Alan? What's up, ATT? Missed you guys too. What's up, Nathan? What's up, Inspire?
Familiar names in here though.
Day
KB,
Trader.
479.
479. Oh yeah, we can get 479. But I mean,
When I woke up today and I saw 480, I'm like, no way.
Oh, dude, I've been covering it for like 3 weeks that it was coming here.
I've been praying for months. When you talked about 380, the 4,000 or 400 range, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. It's nice. I actually closed all of my I closed everything bullish like right around 610 on SPY. And I just have a short position. And so I've just been banking. It's been very nice.
Well, we'll catch up on another day. I just want to come say hi. Hope
all right, brother. Like I said, really good to see you. Don't be a stranger, bro.
I'll come by and say hi in person later this maybe in a couple
Sweet.
weeks.
Bring some lube.
Oh.
Or it's spit on it, whatever. I don't know, something. All right, bro. Take care.
All right, late.
What's up, Sarah? What's up, Mind Elevation? I hope you feel better, bro. Almighty Beardman, that is awesome. Congratulations, bro. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. What's up, Frederick? Yeah, I'm alrighty. No worries, Almighty Beardman. What's up, Elite Mark? Hey, yeah, Mind Elevation. Yeah. Yes. What's up, Shell? Or Shelly? Sorry, I'm not sure. What's up, Rob? How you doing, brother? Hopefully, blah, blah, blah. Why can't I think? Hopefully Romy reached out to you today. If not, like, I don't know, text me or give me a call after we finish here. Or actually, I'll just tell you right now. I'm meeting up with Romy at 10:30 tonight to just go over stuff, because I was telling him, like, we can't be going, like, meet once for like an hour and then go like 2 or 3 weeks without talking, and then meet again for like an hour and then go another couple of weeks without talking, because every single time we meet again, like, he's forgotten everything we've covered. I don't know if it's the same for you, and we need to do like 3 or 4 days a week where we're meeting up and going over everything. What's up, Tim? How you doing? But I also told Romy, just in case he didn't tell you, I know you have to wake up early, so if 10:30 is too late for you, don't worry about it. I'll figure out like another time to meet up with you and basically just go over the same information. Triple G. Yeah, I mean, when things get really volatile like this, it can be really hard for some people to trade. And obviously, like, the less experience you have, the less time you've had trading, the harder and harder it gets. Don't kill yourself. Like, we don't have to trade every day. That's one of the great things about being a trader, is we get to pick and choose when we work, So if you're not feeling it, if you don't like the way the market's moving, if things are too volatile for you, if you don't feel like you're seeing good entries or whatever, just don't trade. Yeah, Roberto. Shorty called it out as well. Yeah. I mean, both of us did. KG, because right now everything is like news driven and also driven by fear, retail fear. We'll actually talk about this really quick. The Fear and Greed Index. I don't know that I've talked about it on my channel ever, really. But so this is the Fear and Greed Index. Right now, our previous close was 4. The lowest it could go is 0, which is just like the sky is falling. I know the close on, I want to say Thursday, it might have been Friday, was 7. A week ago, we were at 19. A month ago, we were at 17. A year ago, we were at 58. Doesn't really matter. And you could see, like, back then, 58 is neutral, and the market just, kept pushing up. I can give you guys the link to this if you want it. But basically, what happens, and we talk about this on the channel as well, is like our politicians or the president or whoever, Kramer, things like that, people that have a forum where they can speak to like the general public about the stock market, when they know things are looking bad, they'll start, and you guys have probably heard me kind of talk about this stuff before anyway, they'll start saying like, oh no, everything's great, buy, like this is a great buying opportunity. and that's why Kramer is like such a joke, because he's literally like a puppet for market makers, where they pay him. I mean, I don't know this 100% factually, but it's the only thing that makes sense to me, and to like anybody that knows anything about trading, to the market makers that I do know, they kind of say the same thing. And to me, it's the only thing that makes any kind of logical sense is if, like to be so consistently wrong, right? And be like considered like this stock market guru, right? And you're so wrong that you've become a meme. And now they've made an inverse ETF of you, the inverse Kramer ETF or whatever. Like, you're just a complete joke. And you have like, basically, again, assumption, but the only thing that makes sense, market makers have to be just paying this dude a ton of money to get up on TV on CNBC and just make a total jackass out of himself and be like, oh, this is a great buying opportunity, on whatever it is he's talking about. Like, let's just say SPY. Oh, great buying opportunity here. And he's talking about it when SPY is at the 2024 value area high, which is where we basically started dumping from. And, or I'm sorry, I don't know that that's where we started dumping from. That's where we started, the H contracts on SPY were at the 2024 value area. I mean, the H contracts on ES, it might have been M contracts, I don't remember, but one of them was at the 2024 value area high when the sell-off started. And you've got Kramer like, oh, buy here, and it's just like, dude, like, how are you making such a foolery of yourself? Like, it's just crazy. So the only thing that makes sense is like, somebody's paying him to just be like, hey, here, dude, sell your soul and make a fool of yourself and get retail to buy so we have somebody to sell to, right? And so really quickly, for people that don't understand this, you'll sometimes hear like less experienced traders or like retail traders say like, oh, there's more buyers than sellers. That's completely incorrect. There can never be more buyers than there are sellers. For each transaction, you need a seller and a buyer, right? Just like if I wanted to sell, I got a new phone and I want to sell this phone, right? I can't just be like, oh, I'm going to sell it and have money just, magically appear in my bank account. I need somebody to be like, oh yeah, I want to buy your phone for that price, right? And what happens is, let's say I want to sell the phone for $600 and somebody replies and they're like, dude, I'll buy it for $5. And I'm like, nah, I'll do $575. And they're like, $550. And I'm like, okay, $550, right? So basically the aggressor in that transaction, or the more aggressive, was the buyer trying to get a lower price, right? But in that sense, basically, like, selling would be more aggressive because we're pushing price down, right? So again, for every transaction, we need a buyer, we need a seller. So we've got Kramer, the puppet, telling retail, buy, buy, buy. That way politicians like Nancy Pelosi and whoever else and market makers have bag holders to sell to. Warren Buffett has bag holders to sell to. And then they keep telling us, oh, the market's great, the market's great, the market's great. And while this is happening, they're like, no, 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 buy, 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 you're good. And then as price starts pushing up, they're like, see, I told you, buy, 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 you're good. And then this happens. And at this point, they can't say, well, they still keep saying, oh, this is a great time to buy the dip. Like, get your shares cheap now, blah, 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 whatever. And so they're just filling people a bunch of BS, feeding people a bunch of BS, right? And then what happens as a retail investor, we see our money just dwindling every day, losing, some people losing hundreds of thousands of dollars, some people losing thousands of dollars, some people losing hundreds of dollars, right? And eventually you get to a point where you're like, shit, I'm really tired of losing money. I'm just going to close my position. And when that happens, when retail finally goes, enough is enough, is when you'll see something like this, like the 1987 stock market crash, where retail finally says enough is enough, and they start closing all of their position. And they probably did it, like when SPY was at 290-ish, retail said, oh no, no more. And they sold, and then we dumped, 25% in one day. Okay. So, I don't really remember like the entire point I was trying to make, but basically just, I was talking about the fear and greed index. So, right now you can see fear and greed index is basically as low as it can go, and which just means, and it's not like just some made up number. You can click that link that I sent you, or Google it. Google how it's calculated, and you can see how it's all calculated. And it's very thank you. No, I'll be down in a minute. Thank you though. It's based on a lot of data from the market, and it's not just like made up fictitious numbers. So, sorry, I just got boba. So I don't actually. I just got coffee. My family's amazing. So, ES is selling, right? Yeah, okay. So exactly what we were talking about, and actually we were saying might bounce here. If it doesn't, we're more bearish. More bearish. Why is that green so ugly? I picked the wrong one. Nice, okay. Now they'll probably make like a new lower high VWAP or something, and then sell off more. So good stuff. Apparently some kind of news just came out. I don't know what it is though, because I'm busy doing a YouTube live. But so from what I'm seeing, and also just based on the fear and greed index, people are extremely fearful. But again, if you look at like, people speaking about investing across the internet, most people are talking DCA. This is the spot to get cheap shares, whatever else. I still think we have more downside. I'm not going to say they're wrong. This is a big level. There is a chance that we, like this was the bounce. Like this is the start of more upside. But we just have to see what happens in the coming days or weeks. If we lose 2024 value low, it's all done. Like it's over. We're going much lower. Okay. So that's the fear and greed index in a nutshell. Saints, I normally stream Sunday through Thursday, and right around the time that I went live today. But I don't have like a die-hard set schedule. I'm very busy with my kids and life and whatever else. And I'll say pretty religiously, though, I go live 5 days a week right around the same time. Normally about 7 p.m. Eastern time is when I try to go live. What's up, Jess Quaza? I hope I said that right. Yeah, 1 point is $1, mind elevation. Hey, Lisa. I'm doing a little bit better. We're getting there. What's up, Chef? Good to see you too, brother. Almighty Beardman, I guess, yeah, it could be considered market manipulation. But, they're just going to spin it as an honest mistake. And how can you prove that it wasn't an honest mistake or whatever else? They could say that they thought it was confirmed news and it wasn't. And, and then they can just redact it. Like, oh, sorry, we'll just redact that news, even though it won't make a difference if they redact it today or whatever, tomorrow or the next day. I agree. DRO people are looking for a reason to be bullish. And they're going to be given reasons to be bullish from people like Kramer and the president and Trump. Elon. All of those people are going to give retail a bunch of reason to be bullish. So they have bag holders when this all goes down. Big P, I did not look at VIX, but I'm sure it was crazy. Hey, what's up, Black Rose? How you doing? Yeah, FOMC is not going to be good on Wednesday. Like, there's just no win-win, right? If they increase rates, which they won't, the market would crash. If they keep rates where they are, we're going to sell off. And if they increase rates, they're just basically ensuring that we're going to get a recession. Again, my opinion, and I could be wrong. What's up, Chase? How you doing? Yeah, we're getting there. Oh, my neck. Thank you, Emily. What's up, Corey? What's up? I don't know. Who have I not said hi to? Oh, Gigi, huge thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. All good, David. We got to get back on the schedule, man. 5 days a week. It was hard for me, like I was literally in bed, like dying. I'm not even like trying to be dramatic. I mean, I definitely am one of those dudes that, like, when I'm sick, I'm like a little baby. And I'll just be the first one to admit it. I don't do well with being sick, but I was really sick, like, to the point where, like, I have a lot of friends that are doctors, and normally I would never bother them, like, hey, can you just write me a prescription for XYZ? A lot of them, actually all of them probably would if I ask, because I know that I have enough medical knowledge to, like, kind of diagnose what I have going on with myself, or get a pretty good idea of what was going on. But I was so sick that I couldn't even imagine, like, getting up and going to an ER or going to a what's it called? Why can't I think? Urgent care. And, like, sitting there waiting in the waiting room forever. And so I actually, like, texted one of my doctor friends, and I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry to or I texted him, like, hey, are you busy? And then he basically immediately called me. And I was like, dude, like, I hate to ask, but I couldn't even imagine going and sitting in an ER waiting room or in a urgent care waiting room. I don't know why I can't think of that word every 5 seconds. But, and also, like, I don't want to go and sit in a waiting room and get other people sick, because I know I'm contagious, right? And I'm like, these are my symptoms. I think I either have whooping cough or pneumonia. And he kind of just cut me off. He was like, yeah, no problem. I'll put in a prescription for you for Z-Pak. And he goes, just one thing. You have to promise me that you'll either call me or message me tomorrow and let me know, if you're improving or worse or whatever. I'm like, yeah, of course, no problem. And yeah, so I texted him the next day and let him know that I was doing a little bit better, but that I was still dying. And he texted me back, doctor's orders, you're not allowed to die. I said, okay, I won't. But I was pretty rough. But yeah, I was, like in bed, just like wishing I could trade, missing you guys. And that's not BS. It's not a joke. I'm not like, making crap up. I legitimately missed chit-chatting with you guys, talking with you guys, going over charts with you guys. So I'm glad that we're getting back on the schedule and doing this, even though I'm going to be coughing a lot and my voice sucks. What's up, Sleazy? Oh, that's awesome. Mind elevation. The game don't wait. I would not be doing put leaps right now. We took put leaps at the top. Like right here. When I'm potentially at the bottom, I'm not thinking puts. Even though there's a chance for more downside, there's also a chance for more upside. I would be way more likely to be in calls here than I would in puts. But this is an area where I would rather just sit on my hands and play it day by day and not be trying to catch a big move up or down in one direction or the other. Robert asking, can I explain why contracts are so expensive, even the 0 days? The market's super volatile, right? And so just think of yourself, Robert, like if you have 100 shares of SPY, right? And we're getting days where we're getting 50-point moves or whatever, 40-point moves in one day, right? You wouldn't want to be selling your calls here or puts here because you're going to get called on them, right? Like you're going to have to sell your shares or whatever. You're going to have to cover your put. And so the only way to make it worth people's while when the market is this volatile to be selling, covered calls or whatever else is to increase the option price, right? Like, so if you tell me like, I'll give you $1,000 to sell covered calls on SPY at this price, like it might be incentivized, right? But yeah, when you're getting crazy volatile moves like this, nobody wants to sell their covered calls or puts cheap because they're probably going to get called on them, right? They're probably going to have to close their position and sell their shares. And that's not what people are trying to do. When people sell covered calls, they're expecting price not to hit it and just collect premiums. Or they're hoping price isn't going to hit it and that they just get to collect premiums. We probably don't need another magical news at 480, Jack, because now everybody has this as a level, right? For people that don't use volume profile, they probably have really not a lot of ways of knowing about that level. Maybe a little bit above it, right? Like here is a pretty key SR flip. But there's no way to have 2024 value area low really that I can see. But now that we have the level, like people are like, oh, we bounced here. The next time we come to it, they're going to be like, oh, double bottom, long, or calls, right? So, yeah. All right, I need to kind of hurry through chat here because I got to go take my son to his band practice. Let's see. What's up, JC? Thank you. I appreciate that. Rally back up on SPY. For me, like getting over this and starting to fill this gap would be bullish. But even then, like, they have a ways to go before I'd be like, oh yeah, we're back in bullish territory. But that would be the start of it, is closing this gap. Black Rose, I mean, it's the Black Rose is asking, how long do I think the bearish move will take? It can literally happen in one day. Well, let me be more technical than that. So for people that don't know, SPY has a thing called, or the stock market has a thing called circuit breakers. So if we lose 7% of the S&P 500 in one trading day, they pause the market for 15 minutes. If we then lose 13%, I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure it's 13%. They pause the market for another 15 minutes. If we lose 20% in one trading day, then they close the market for the rest of the day. So the most we can drop in one day is 20%. So, you know, from roughly where we are right now, like $400 would be like the most we could do in a single day. And actually, Big P, I know you asked me a question the other day, and you got me thinking. You were like, why does Top Step have these rules, about being within 2% of the circuit breaker, right? And I'm like, I don't know, just one of their rules, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But then after I answered you, I was kind of thinking about it, and it came to me what the reason is. If we're down 5%, right, we're really close to the market being halted. And if the market gets halted, if you've ever seen like a halt on any stock, one of two things happen. When it reopens, like let's just say this is like our candlestick, right? And then it opens and there's a massive like gap down. And as a retail trader, like your stop loss, like if your stop loss was here, it just gaps right through it and you're now margin called on your account. Or it gaps up. Oops. And if you were short, you're now margin called on your account, right? And so that's the reason that for their rule is they don't want their traders to be in a trade through a halt, which is actually really smart because a lot of times I remember when I first started trading, for whatever reason, I traded a lot of things that ended up getting halted. And I would be up like super big on a call and we would get like a 7% move to the upside. And then they would halt the market, or they would halt that stock. And then when the 15 minutes was over, it would open and I would be red on my trade. And I'm like, dude, seriously? Like, thank you. So makes a lot of sense why they're doing it, to protect people trading on their platform. Let's see. What's up, Aaron? Yeah, bro, David, my wife was just saying, like, you haven't been sick in years. But when I get sick, like, I get sick. Like, it's like all or nothing with me. I'm either healthy and everything's fine, or I'm about to die. So, but I'm also stubborn as hell. Like, I don't like to take medicine. I don't like going to the doctor. So it's probably my own fault. But yeah, it is what it is. KG, I trade live pretty much every day in my mentor's Discord. And every once in a blue moon, I'll go live on YouTube. Like, if you were to go to my YouTube channel, there's a search. And if you type in live, I mean, it won't really help you right now. But if you're interested in seeing me trade live and don't mind watching a replay, this link would be the last time I went live on YouTube. I have a feeling the one that I just shared, my mic was muted on YouTube. I could be wrong. And so only my mentor was talking, but I was talking too. You guys just couldn't hear me. But yeah, we're pretty deadly when we trade live. This is another link to another YouTube live if you want to watch us trading live. Again, it won't help you with trades right now, but you can see the accuracy of our trades. I gotta look up this news, Chase, but yeah, I didn't see it. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, The Game Don't Wait. Yeah, Aaron, it smashes IV, but also the there's always like a gap up or down when a breaker hits. Thank you, Black Rose. Yeah, KG, that's where we trade live pretty much every day. I don't want to say every day because it's not 100%, but I would say, like, as a good rule of thumb, we trade live like 4 days a week. And by we, I mean either myself or my mentor will be live, and some days both of us are live. But I wouldn't say it's too uncommon for one of us to be live, 5 days out of a week. So, but probably a safer bet just to say 4 days a week as a general average. All right. So, no questions, or I've answered all of the questions, I believe. I'll do my best if I see anything crazy tomorrow to share it with you guys. And I hope you guys all kill it. I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody had a good trading day today. I really missed you guys. And I'm glad that we're back. And hopefully we don't have another break like this for a long time. Actually, like coming up in July 6th through the 10th, I'm going to be on vacation. I won't be live during that time, but so that'll be the next break, but that'll be for good reasons. All right, so with that said, as always, huge thanks to all the subscribers. Extra big thanks to the friends of the stream. Huge thanks to Gigi for the donation today. Really appreciate it. If you're new here, if you found this content helpful, I would appreciate a sub. Basically, we go live 5 days a week, Sunday through Thursday. Kind of go over an overview of SPY and what we're expecting for the next day. Didn't share anything today, but we'll share option setups. And just to give you guys kind of a example, the last option setup that we shared was on Netflix, and we got like a 90-something point move or 80-something point move. We went short on Wednesday at $9.95, and our target hit on, I don't know what day this is, Monday of the next week at 902.34 for basically 92.5 points. So we do call out option trades, but today I didn't see anything good. I'm very selective about what I will share because I would like to have, like a good win rate. So I'm very selective about the options that I do share with you guys. This is our current win rate right now. We're on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trade win streak on option callouts. And they're all, they can all be fact checked because all of them are covered like the night before the move happens right here live on YouTube. All right. But anyway, like I said, if you're new and if you appreciate the content, I would love a sub. I will say this is never going to be like some high quality edited channel. Way too much work to try to edit a video for like market information the next day. And also, I just don't think it's important. It doesn't add any value to the video. This is raw, unfiltered. I'm a trader. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm really just doing this like out of the kindness of my heart. And I don't plan on ever learning how to edit a video. Like, just not a goal that I have in life. But I would like to try to assimilate as much of this information to you guys as I can. Try to help people get better. Try to help people learn. Try to help people grow. And then generally like once or twice a month we do classes on YouTube where we actually teach you guys all how to trade. So again, like I said, I would appreciate a sub if you feel like the content is valuable. With that said, much love, much respect, everybody. Peace out. We will see you tomorrow. Good to see you all again. Bye.